So Google faces 5 billion lawsuits in U.S. for tracking private internet use. Google lawsuits for the win. How many? Like, I know last year Google was in some heat with lawsuits.
Yeah, because last year we had Sonos, we had Epic, and a couple other ones. But I mean, Google's in everything, so they're bound to get lawsuits from everywhere too.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think personally, and let me just go ahead and pull this up here. Um, Google was sued on Tuesday in a proposed class action accusing internet search companies of illegally invading the privacy of millions of users by tracking their internet use through browsers set in private mode.
Incognito.
Man, the lawsuit seeks 5 billion. Dude, this, like,
I use it incognito mode.
see, okay, they just need to stop. Like, they need to stop. Google is the world's largest search engine. So people don't use Firefox. People don't use Internet Explorer. People don't use Oprah or Opera or whatever the hell. People don't use that. So the few people that do use it, good for you. But the first term, everybody, like, when they're saying, like, hey, people don't say, hey, you need to go search that. They literally have come up, they made up a word, and they made up a term, and they made up literally, they made this crap up, a phrase. Hey, go Google it. And you instantly already know that means I got to go to the internet and search for it. It doesn't matter if I use Firefox, Internet Explorer. Yeah, it doesn't matter what you use. Oprah. Doesn't matter what you use. When people say go Google it, you already know that I got to go to the internet and search for
it. They did something that Ask Jeeves wish he could have accomplished. Go ask Jeeves.
Ask Jeeves. Yeah,
right.
I remember that was around for
that way.
Yeah,
right. I kind of feel like this is going to start to either wake people up or push people more towards things like Brave browser. And Brave browser, you know, they all talk about privacy, and Brave browser's built off of the blockchain, and they're involved in cryptocurrency, and there's a big wave about cryptocurrency right now. A lot of people don't know that most of the browsers, if not all of the browsers, even including Microsoft Edge, is built off of Chromium, which is the core behind Chrome browser. So
it's some monkey BS crap. This is dumb, man. It's just, I don't know. Google already makes so much money. Like, okay, some people might ask this, and maybe we could clarify this. When you Google something, sometimes you don't see an ad. Actually, most of the time you don't see an ad. You don't see a big old advertisement that says VPN.
There are ads. There are ads, though.
But there are ads. Now, where are the ads? The second you search, at the very top, the first 5 lines that come out, you'll see the words AD in black, bold, huge, right next to that link, ad. So if I'm like, hey, if somebody puts in best VPN, I want the Rohas VPN up there at the top. I want the Beyond the Streams VPN at the top. That's what I want. I want the Yoda behind Next Level VPN at the top. The force is strong with this one VPN.
That's not the only way they advertise, though, right? They dictate in which order those links show up. Secondly, if you notice, the first thing that always shows up is YouTube videos. And who owns YouTube? They do. Cool. So if you click on those, they make ad revenue off the advertisements on the YouTube videos, right? I remember one time somebody told me to meet them at a gas station. So I typed in the address for the gas station in Google, and it took me to YouTube, and I found a YouTube channel of a guy who reviews car washes in all the gas stations in my province. Amazing.
Yeah.
He's making millions of views off of reviewing car washes. I never would have thought it, but I found it because I typed in an address in Google.
Here's the other thing that's interesting. You think your Gmail is free?
Oh no. Oh no.
You get ads on there like crazy. You'll get advertisements in there. Like every now and then you'll notice that you'll get like a random Gmail or email and it'll say same thing with Yahoo. Yahoo makes it a little bit more noticeable when you're scrolling. You'll see a giant ad that's like like scanning through it. You're like, what the hell is this?
Yeah. Yeah.
But Gmail, they'll throw you an ad. It'll be like it'll say updates or promotion. And then you'll be like, oh, I got an email. Oh, what's this? I won $1,000.
I send Bill Gates $100 in Bitcoin, I'll get $1 million.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, dude. I don't get it, but
the article goes on to say the complainant said the proposed class likely includes millions of Google's users who since June 1st, 2016 browsed the internet in private mode. I would venture to say it's not on the low end of, it's not 1 million or 2 million. There's a lot of people that use this stuff on a daily basis. Like I said, I use this, right? Because there's certain things I have different logins under, and on my different monitors, I may access one account in incognito mode and another account on regular mode, right? They're saying it seeks at least $5,000 of damages per users that violates federal wiretapping and California privacy laws. Now, I think if I'm correct, you can probably correct me if I'm wrong, but does that mean that the random person, if this was to actually go through, then everybody could be qualified for a check up to $5,000? They would just have to go to the website and say, yeah, this affected me, and they wouldn't have to prove it.
Dude, they would go bankrupt if everybody did that.
No, but it's usually up to a certain amount. Like I know a lot of times if there's recalls, like for once there was one about prepaid credit cards recently, right? And I just went on and I just said, yeah, I used it from this date to this date, and I got a free $50 thing that's coming to me in the mail, right? But they usually say it's up to a certain amount of people that qualify for it. With class action suits, it says it affects this amount of people, and a class action suit forces them to pay out to a certain amount of people, and once it's paid out, then it's done, right? They usually don't ask you to verify. I don't believe that it's going to be 5,000. I think that it's going to be probably, if it does go through, a lesser of amount, and probably obviously a set limit, like 1 million people might get $10 or something. I don't know. I'm just saying that's usually how class action lawsuits work when they go through. I think. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just a random dude on the internet who has no idea what they're talking about.
Well, Mr. Random Dude on the internet that has no idea that you're talking about, if you see the thing that says make sure you do file or whatever, let me know, because I do use Incognito too. I want my better.